Now, I would do a normal intro for this guy, but, huh? Like, huh? Oh, there's Bone Crusher's gun. But, like, unfortunately, I don't have anything to do for 300 subscribers, really, but that is really cool. That is just really cool. 700 more subscribers, and I'll be able to actually make money off of this. But let's review ourselves a better. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are going to be looking at the Studio Series TF1 B-127. I'm just going to call him B for the sake of convenience. But before we look at B, we need to look at his box. So, raising the camera, you got Transformers, you got More Than Meets the Eye on the side, 18 steps from robot to car mode. On the side, you get Bumblebee. On the bottom, you get Transformers 1, B-127/Bumblebee. On the side, Transformers Deluxe Class in all sorts of different languages. On the side, Bumblebee, Transformers 1. On the back, box fell over. On the back, you get your renders. Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Alita 1 go on a mission to save Cybertron. You got the actual film render up there, which he's fairly accurate to. You get robot mode, alt mode, 18 steps. So now that we've taken a look at the figure, I can take off all this crap. Center align the camera once again. And now we can look at Bumblebee. And those renders, man. Those renders absolutely made him look terrible. But he looks leagues better in person. Bringing him up closer, the head sculpt, this is where the ring light helps. The head sculpt is actually really nice, but he could have an expression. I mean, he's Bumblebee. He should have an expression of some kind. The silver on the face is amazing, and the combination of yellow and gunmetal gray throughout the body, it looks really nice. And for a transforming figure, he is fairly accurate to the design from the movie. The only inaccuracy are these parts here, but they got concept art, not the final design. So this might have been accurate to the concept art. Now then, let's go over his accessories, which he has he has 5, but technically 3 accessories. He comes with 2, he comes with 2 arm blasters, comes with these 2 arm blasters, comes with these 2 arm blades, and he comes with the tracker blaster, which I'm just going to call an ion blaster. For the blades to be integrated into the arms, they do have to tab into the blasters via that slot and that tab, which I wish it wasn't like that, but it is what it is. They probably only got concept art of the knife hands with the blasters, so they didn't know they could be used without the blasters until the trailer, and by that point it was too late to sculpt, to paint, because they'd have to redo the entire arm. The blasters do simply... almost dropped it. The blasters do simply slot into the hands, and the silver on them helps them to look really nice, or you can remove these and store them on the back. You can either store them facing up, or you can store them face down. and it looks kind of like a jetpack. Speaking of the jetpack, I was right about Alita's jetpack being able to come off and attach to these suckers. I was right. So now we can look at the tracker blaster, or the ion blaster. The ion blaster does, just like the arm blasters, just peg into the hand licks, so it does mean he can't bend his elbow all the way up due to the butt of the gun, but whatever. And it also can store via this peg going into that port. And while I wish there was a port on the actual back of the figure, like up here, it is what it is, and it's weapon storage. Unfortunately, the blaster is not blast effect compatible. It has a hole, but no blast effect compatibility. It is compatible, however, with things that are blast effect compatible. I think that hole is just there for aesthetics. Great. Now we do Bumblebee's articulation. Head is on a ball joint. It can look up that far, down that far. It can tilt ever so slightly, and can rotate a full 360 degrees. Shoulders, once again, pull a full 360. They hinge in and out. You kind of have to shift the arm mature down to get all the way out to 90. Bicep rotation, 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. That panel opens. Nothing at the wrist except for that, but that's for transformation. He does get a waist swivel, can spin all the way around. The hips kick forward that far, back about that far. They go out only that far, which does kind of suck. You get a thigh rotation, you get a little bit over 90 degrees of bend at the knee, you get a toe down, and you get a really solid ankle tilt. So now that we have done Bumblebee's articulation, now we can do some Bumblebee size comparisons. I just bumped the camera. So here we have Bumblebee on one side, and first we will compare him next to Optimus. And according to leaks, we are getting a TF1 Orion Pax next year, which might be shorter, but this is that comparison. He is short compared to the other TF1 bots, but I mean, he's Bumblebee. Next up, we have Megatron. So once again, he is kind of short in comparison. And then we get him next to Sentinel Prime. And yeah, that does kind of show off the fact that he is short. But I mean, it makes sense for him to be short. It's Bumblebee. Speaking of Bumblebee, our last size comparison is the other Studio Series A-level Bumblebee, the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, who is a fair bit shorter than this guy. So yeah, this Bumblebee isn't all that short. Now, we get to transformation. Now, I really like his transformation. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to peg the legs and the feet together, straighten out the waist. And I always forget to do this. Flip those pieces in. Do that. And then when you're going out into robot mode, flip them out. I always forget to do that. Next, you want to use that panel opening, flip the hands in, collapse them, rotate this 90 degrees. Do the same thing on the other side. Second verse, same as the first, yada yada. Rotate the head 180 degrees. Bring out this panel. And then there's that additional black panel in there. You want to flip it out. Bring up the chest. Take this little panel, fold it in. And this whole assembly will just collapse. Now we bring the hips forward, shift the waist up. The instructions are kind of bad at telling you to shift the waist up, either that or I'm just stupid. Bring the feet down, and those tabs will peg into those slots. Now on my copy, this side I had to shave down the tab because this foot wouldn't all the way go, but it didn't hinder the pegging it in. So just snap that in, and now we get to the arms. So this slot, there's a slot right here that will go into that tab right there, if you can see it. Yeah, tab, slot, and then you get a tab right there that'll go into that slot on the foot. So just shift all this up, line everything up and into place. Do the same on the other side. Make sure everything is all situated. Put him down. Lower the camera. And there we have Bumblebee. Alt mode is a really nice Cybertronian car. It appears to take a lot of inspiration from the B-movie version of B-127 in terms of its vehicle mode, but it does a lot of things by itself too. It rolls very nicely. All four wheels are pinned, so he rolls like a dream. And he has little to no robot mode kibble at all. The only issue would be this gap in the middle. I do not care. Time for weapon storage. The blasters, they go into these tabs on the back. Just like so. Like so. There you go. And the ion blaster pegs into the side there. And while it doesn't impact the wheel, it just sits there. So that's really nice. The ion blaster that comes with Alita is going to be a completely different sculpt, which is kind of cool. Now we do alt mode size comparisons. First up, we have TF1 Optimus Prime. TF1 Optimus Prime. So there is... Here, I'll do it like that. So there's that comparison for you. Next is Studio Series TF1 Megatron. So there is that comparison. Second to last, and hopefully he will fit, is Sentinel Prime. Who is... Here, I'm just going to put Bumblebee on top of Sentinel for this. So there's that comparison. Sentinel is a lot bigger. Granted, he is a jet. Speaking of jets, I am very much so looking forward to that Starscream, especially with MGO's recent video. And finally, the Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class A-level Bumblebee. So now that we have looked at all of that stuff, we can now get ourselves into some final thoughts. Overall, I do recommend this guy. He'll be pretty easy to find given he is an A-level figure, and he's a great addition to any TF1 collection. So that has been all. So till next time, my fellow Cybertronians, goodbye and good night.